Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Nikki and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm so excited, I can't even contain myself. I'm going to be reviewing the new Tati Beauty Texture Neutrals palette. I am so freaking excited about this. This palette is just absolutely gorgeous inside and I just love the whole color scheme, the color story, and I am just so excited to show you guys this palette, how it works, and the look that I'm going to be creating today. I am just so happy for Tati. She is someone that I've been watching for years. I cannot wait to show you guys this palette and how beautifully it works. So if you guys are new here or you enjoy my videos, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as usual, my disclaimer, if you are super sensitive to profanity or if you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. I am a no filter bitch and I have no idea what's gonna come out of my mouth. So keep that in mind while you're watching. So if you guys are interested in seeing this beautiful palette in action and the look that I create with it, then just stay tuned. So today I be looking a hot mess. My hair is like the messiest ever. My face is actually having a lot of trouble. I have a lot of redness. I have a couple of little breakouts here and there, and I also have a unicorn horn growing in the middle of my face, but I put a little concealer on there so you guys don't have to stare at that big red dot. All right, so I am so I can't even talk right now. I am so freaking excited about this palette. Before I jump into using this, look at I just love the packaging. It feels so luxurious. It has like that soft touch to it. I'm not even really sure what to call this. It's like matte, but it's still super smooth and soft. And I love this embossed lettering right here. I just think it's so sleek and nice. This is an everyday palette, you guys. This is something that you can literally wear every single day, whether it's a natural look, a glam look, colorful look, whatever it is, you can do it with this palette. And I just think that this palette is so beautiful. Now, I do have a little bit of a ding here. I don't know how that happened, but it didn't really do anything with the shades, so I'm not mad about that. Now, this retails for $48. I can't remember if I said that. I ordered this on the 25th of October, and I got this on the 30th, so it took about like 4 business days, which isn't very long because where I live, things take a lot longer to get to me than they do if you were to live like in actual California. For this, you have to pay shipping, so you're paying $48 plus $4.95. So the whole total of the palette is $52.95 plus tax. So this palette is a little bit over $48, but I think it's totally worth it because I know that she's gonna have some quality bomb ass eyeshadows. Let me go ahead, stop blabbing in my mouth, and open this up so you guys can see all the beauty in this palette. Look at this gorgeous freaking palette. I cannot get over the color story. I just love the fact that she has 4 different types of textures. Now, this is called textured neutrals, but I can't get over it. I can't stop staring at it. It's just so gorgeous. Now, pre-order is available right now, and basically you reserve your palette and it states that there is a restock in December and you will be guaranteed this palette by December 15th if you order now during the pre-order. Textured Neutrals Volume 1 introduces 6 monochromatic color stories featuring 4 new luxe textures and finishes. This universally flattering neutral palette begins with a row of prismatic glitters that cascade into shimmering metallic sequin pinpoints and ultra-rich creamy matte shadows. Beautiful is your story to tell. Now, as you can see, there is 6 different types of, I want to say tones, shades, and we have 4 different finishes. So we have matte, we have sequin, metallic, and glitter. Now, one thing that I'm noticing when I'm looking at this is the sequins. Now, my husband actually looked at this and was like, I really like this color here, and I agree. All the sequins right here, this entire row, is like colors that I have never really seen before. Most of the time you only see matte and then it goes straight to like a shimmer, like this kind of finish, and then you have glitters. But I never see, or I hardly ever see, anything that looks like the whole entire sequin row because it looks almost matte, but when you tilt it to the side a little bit, you can see that there's there's little shimmers in there. I just love that it's so subtle, especially compared to the metallics here. So I would say that these are more a shimmer. I know it says metallic, but I feel like this I don't know, this is like a whole new category right here. It's not shimmer, but it's not metallic, but it still has those little like shine inside the color. And I just, I gag every time I look at this. I probably have most of these colors in my drawers here with all my makeup palettes put together, but having all these colors in one palette with different finishes to me is like the ideal palette, because whenever you travel, this is all you're going to need. You're going to need one palette, and this is it. It has all the colors, all the tones. So let's go ahead and dip into this palette. So as per usual, I went ahead with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer and put that on my eyes as a base. I love this for eyeshadow because it doesn't crease, keeps the color there, and also it kind of hides any little things that you might have going on your eyelid. So I am just, I'm so excited to dip into this right now. I just cannot contain myself. I'm not really sure exactly what kind of look I'm gonna be doing today. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, do I do fall vibes? Do I do natural? Do I do glam? So I'm just gonna go and do whatever my heart decides to do, I guess. So I'm going to take the Sigma E35, which is the tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go into the Soothe Matte color. This is just a beautiful transition shade. I am so excited to put this on my eyes. Like, I'm just like all giddy inside and all weird about it because I am just, this palette is just so gorgeous. Now there is a little bit of fallout, and when I say little bit, I mean very, very minimal. And look at the pigment on the brush. I love the fact that there is a huge ass mirror here in the front because I can easily just use this and not have to, again, carry a mirror with me when I'm traveling. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Soothe Matte color on the eye for my transition shade. I just cannot get over just how effortlessly this blends out, and it just feels just like the right amount. It's so hard to explain, but when you dip your brush in, you feel like, oh, it might be a little too much, and then you do that initial little tap off the brush. It's just the perfect amount of eyeshadow on your brush, and you can just really slowly build it up. Not only that, but I really wish when I was younger that there was a palette like this, because this palette, just when you look at it, you already get kind of inspired because all the colors are nicely situated in the palette, and I just really like that you don't have to actually wonder what colors to put together, because if you're having a hard time with a color story to pick out for your eye look, you can just go down the line. You can start with the matte, go with the sequin, then go with the metallic, and then go with the glitter if you want to add some. But you can easily just follow this scale right here that she's placed out for you. So like today, if I wanted to just stick with this color story, I would just go straight on down the line here and just add those colors and build them up, place them in different areas, and you can just create so many looks out of this. But I just wish that when I was younger, there was a palette like this with this kind of formula, because I feel like when I'm blending it, I really just can't mess up. I can't put too much, I can't put too little. It is just the right amount. And like I said, it's really hard to explain unless you have the palette and you're actually playing with it. But it is just, next, I think I'm going to take the Poet color, this gorgeous, I don't even know. It's not a brick red per se, but it's also not a pink. It's like on the verge of a pinky brick red, if that makes sense. But I just absolutely, like, I love this entire row right here, the Poet row, because those are my colors. These and the oranges right here, those just like scream my name. So I'm gonna go in with the Poet Matte shade. Look at that pigment, girl. I think I'm just going to add this on to the entire lid, but of course below the last shade. Again, I think that I'm just gonna stick with the Poet area and just go with that whole line right there. I'm really interested to see how this sequin, look at that. Now you can really see the sequin row right there with all the little transitioning glitters, and it's just, oh, it's just so beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna take the Poet in the sequin finish, and I'm probably going to just put that all over my lid actually, because it is just such a gorgeous color, and I'm really, really interested to see how it's going to look with the matte. It is just so pretty. Look at that. Oh yes, look at that. Now, I'm noticing that whenever I actually swatch the sequin color from Poet, that it doesn't feel like that soft, creamy powder. It actually feels dry like the mattes do. But as I am applying it, you can actually see here in the corner, hopefully you guys can see that, it is kind of building up on the inside right there. I'm not taking like a lot of the eyeshadow and placing it on there. No, it's just kind of gathering right here and it's getting really hard to blend. So I don't know if you can actually see it a little bit more here. It looks like I have kind of a dark cut crease, and that's where I applied this sequin shade. So I am not really sure what's going on with that. I don't know if it's because it does feel a little bit softer than the mattes, but it's not blending how I would like it to. So I'm just gonna try to fix this up a little bit. For some reason, this one is just, look at that. It's just bunching up right there, and it looks like I kind of like did a cut crease or whatever. But I tried blending it out with a clean brush. I tried blending it out with a fluffy brush, and it is just not budging anywhere. So I feel like that is my fuck up because I probably put a little too much there, and that's why it's so hard to blend out. But this eye is always giving me problems. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed whenever I do eye looks, but this eye is actually a lot longer than this one. This one has a lot more lid space up here. This one has less lid space and a lot more of just this, and it's a lot more hooded than this eye. So that's why a lot of the time whenever I do my makeup, they look completely different until the end, because I have to do completely different types of blending on both eyes. I don't know why this eye didn't want to blend out as much as this one, but we're gonna move along, and in the end, this will all come together. So I had just swatched the Soothe and the Story Metallics, and look at that. Those are just absolutely gorgeous. So I think I'm gonna go in with the Story Metallic here because it is just so freaking pretty. Look at this. And I'm going to place this in the middle of my lid. So I had to try a couple of techniques with the metallic shades. Now, just like almost any other eyeshadow palette, it's one of the ones that you're going to have to spray your brush with to kind of get a little bit of the pigment going, or you can use a sponge applicator. I know a lot of people don't like the cheapy sponge applicators, but sometimes they put on metallics really, really well, especially glitters if you want them in a specific area instead of just glittering your entire face. But I felt like these ones were definitely a lot easier with the fingers. I know that Tati loves using her fingers, so the metallics are definitely a formula that is better used with finger application. And this color on top of the Poet shade is just, ooh, I don't know why, but it is giving me like sunset vibes, sunrise vibes. I don't know what you want to call this, but we're not done yet. I'm going to take the metallic shade in Poet, and I'm going to add that on the end and on the inside. So kind of like a halo eye, but I just want to blend in the Poet into the Story color. Now I'm probably going to mix the Story shade and the Aura shade in the metallic finish in the middle of my eye, because I feel like that middle part is just not bright enough. Dip into this guy first and place that in the middle of my lid, and then on top of that I'll be going back and forth between Aura and the Story shade. All right, so I feel like I've somehow managed to kind of bring this back a little bit. All I did was take a Sigma E47, which is a shader slash crease brush. And what I did is I went back into the Poet in the matte formula and just kind of brighten, or darken, I should say, this area up here where my crease would be, because I kind of brought the shimmer shade a little bit too high. It's what happens when you have hooded eyes, because sometimes when you blink, the shimmer shade kind of just transfers to the top. Now I got this nice little shimmer, kind of a halo eye going, and it just looks so good right now. Like, I am really, really liking just the shimmer in the lid area, and I just really love this. I'm gonna actually do the rest of my face before we go in with the under eye area, because that's just how I do my makeup. So let me go ahead and transform this mug real quick, and I will be right back. So I went ahead and added some lashes, did the rest of my face, and I am just really happy how this turned out. But we are not finished. I think I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a flat liner brush, and I have just been eyeballing this entire row right here. And so I'm gonna take the Story in the matte formula, and I'm just gonna place that under my eye. So I have that orange shade Story down, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. It is just like a really nice fall orange color. It's like a true pumpkin orange. Now I'm going to take a Real Techniques smudge brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Aura in the matte formula, and I'm just going to kind of smudge this out a bit. Now that I have that a little bit smudged out, I'm gonna go back in with the flat liner brush, and this time I'm gonna take the shade Poet, which we have been using all along, and I'm gonna go in with the matte formula, and I'm going to stamp that onto my waterline. So now I'm gonna take a pencil brush, and we're gonna do the last finishing touches. I'm gonna go in with Aura in the metallic formula, and I'm gonna place that in the inner corner and also on my brow bone. You got to let it go. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. I went ahead and threw on some lips, and I just have to say I am totally, completely 110% in love with this palette. This palette is just absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, amazing. I don't know what other words I can use to describe this just beautiful, beautiful palettes. I am just really happy for Tati. Now, I know that she'll probably never ever see this video, but I just want to say congratulations, because this is just a palette that I feel like everyone should have. This is definitely one of those nude neutral palettes that if you have, you can create any look with, from day to night, from work to play, from just literally anything. You could also use this for any season of the year, whether it's summer or fall or winter. It does not matter. This palette is so versatile, it's ridiculous. Now, I know that these are a lot of the shades that some people have in their palettes or in their makeup drawer, but I have to say the formula with this, there's just something about it. It's almost goof proof. So if you're someone who's a beginner and you're not really good with blending eyeshadows just yet, or you don't know what kind of color scheme or how to put the colors together, Tati set this up so beautifully that you can just go down the line each row and just create a look. And then once you feel more comfortable, you can dabble with mixing some of the colors together. But I am just so amazed by this palette, the blendability, the pigment, how easy it is to work with and to create a look. Again, this is just a palette that is just I don't know what else to say about it, you guys. I feel like I'm just a broken record repeating myself. This is just so worth it to me, especially if you are a makeup artist, because this is great for wedding looks, for photography, for literally anything. I feel like, as someone who is as cheap as I am, I feel like this is totally worth $48. You really cannot go wrong with the colors in here, and I can't say enough about it without repeating myself. This is now available for pre-order, and if you order it now, you will get it guaranteed by December 15th. And I feel like if you're a husband or a friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, and you want to find a good Christmas gift for your significant other, this is the way to go, bitch, because this palette is just absolutely amazeballs, and I totally 100% recommend it. So if you have the extra cash, go ahead and get this beauty. Also, Tati has Afterpay. I know that is a very, very dangerous thing, but I love the fact that she offers that. So if you are someone who really, really wants this, but a little bit low on cash, you can go ahead with Afterpay, and it splits it into increments so you can make payments on the palette and you can get this in your hands. All right, you guys, so that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as always, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply want to talk shit, leave it all in the comment section below. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.